To treat your guitar arm tendonitis, are there other things than resting, icing, and stretching that you can do to help you with your arm tendonitis? And the answer is yes. The reason I made this video is because just about 2 months ago, I had a bad case of tendonitis in my left arm just because I played too much guitar. And before I get to my doctor's appointment and my sports massage therapist appointment, I was on Google and on YouTube searching to see what are the things I can do to help my condition improve, because I wanted to go back and play guitar as soon as possible. I love the thing. I'm sure you do. I wanted to get back and do it as soon as possible. Every person, famous guitar YouTuber, there was like a physiotherapist, a whole bunch of people on YouTube, no matter what their thumbnail looked like, no matter what the video caption said, almost everybody said the exact same thing. They said RICE, which is rest, ice, compress, and elevate. And the second thing they said was that, all right, just stretch it and work it out, exercise those muscles so they become stronger. That's all they said. And they are valid. By the way, RICE, exercise, and stretch are absolutely valid. Totally valid, right? So I'm not shedding on that. However, I did that and my rate of improvement wasn't as fast as I wanted it to be. So I went to the doctor, I went to the sports massage therapist, and my sports massage therapist suggested me these 3 things. I did it for over 2 months, hardly any pain in my left arm, and I'm playing longer than ever. God bless her. The 3 tips that she gave me is now my regular part of arm care, self-care, whatever you want to call it, for my guitar, and my arms never felt better. Before we get to those 3 tips, I'm not a medical practitioner. This is not medical advice. This is what I've done that has worked for me, and it may not work for you. Please consult your doctor before you do any of these things. If you are in pain, the first stop should be the doctor, not YouTube. Okay. All right, so here are the 3 things that I promise you I'm going to tell you. This is a no bullshit video, guys. This is not a clickbait crap. It literally helped me, and these are the 3 things that I'm telling you now. The first thing that I use is a massage gun. Right? So basically you turn it on, and this thing goes forward and back like this, and it massages your arms, and it helps you with the muscle. The second thing then is something that is actually Chinese medicine. It's called gua sha. I'm not sure if you can see it. So this is like a stainless steel gua sha. They come in different shapes. You can go buy like one from Amazon for like $5. And what this does, you rub it on your arm, and I'll show you in a second how it's done. But what it does, it softens the fascia. And so the massage gun's for muscle, this one's for fascia. And the third thing is cupping, suction cups. You put it on like this and it sucks your skin up. And what that does, it also softens the fascia. These are the 3 things that I did in addition to RICE and exercise and stretching, which again, they're valid. And it helped me greatly, and I'll show you how I do it. With the massage gun, make sure that you always do it on the muscle only and not on the bone bit, not on the tendon bit, and so on and so forth. So on the soft, muscly stuff, that's where you want to do your massage gun. And one thing I like to do is that I want to make sure that I'm not squeezing my arm as I'm massaging it with this massage gun. So you relax your muscles as much as you possibly can. These are the bits that get pretty tense for me. Usually like the ulnar side, so where it pertains to my last 2 fingers. Those bits are the bits that really tense my arm up. So tell you guys something funny. When I went to my sports massage therapist, the lady that really probably helped me more than anybody else, I went to her and said, look, the inner part of my arm here is what I'm having issues with. And at the time it made sense because I hold my guitar like this. And so these muscles are constantly flexed. And I always thought this is what was causing me issues. She was like, did an examination, and she's like, I don't think that's your issue. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, no, probably the outside muscles. Their counterparts are the thing that are causing you issues. And I'm like, oh, come on. So she did some work on the inner part, and that did release some tension. But then she went and worked on the ones that she told me that are causing me the issues, and she was right. So the idea is that because you're constantly fingers going up and down, these muscles are almost working, like they're working the same way, like same as the other ones. And that was the rationale that she gave me. Let's jump to the next. After I massage the muscles and the muscles go nice and relaxed, the next thing that that lovely Japanese lady asked me to do was gua sha, which is a Chinese medicine thing. I use massage oils. It's a lavender massage oil that I use just to not scratch my skin too much. So basically just put a little bit of an oil on, and then all you got to do is just do this, right? So short strokes in one direction. And you can see my skin is getting a little red, but to be honest with you, it's not painful. Like it doesn't feel I don't feel any pain there at all. And I'm not like playing tough guy, oh, whatever. No, genuinely, it's not painful at all. All the way to the up there. And this bit usually for me gets a little bit bruised when I do it. Again, it's not painful, but for some reason it just gets bruised. And I love this. It makes my arm feel great. I try to avoid these bits that have the vessels, like very superficially. So I avoid the middle bit. I usually go around it. And last but not the least, the cupping set. I'm not gonna do all the cups that I usually would do on my arm. I'll just do one to show you how I do it and what it does for me and how it looks like. So this is the cup, and this is the suction gun. And you basically do this, and it sucks the air out of the cup when you attach it to it. So you basically put this on your arm like this, and then you suction it like that, and it sucks your skin in. I'm not sure if you guys can see it well. And there's two things you can do there. You can either leave it there and then detach it. There's a thing there at the top that you can use to detach, like that. Or there's something else that is called cup gliding, which is what you do is that you put the cup on and then you move the cup around. Now this one is a little bit more tough, right? Pulls your skin up as you move the cup around. Again, I love it. I absolutely love it. And one of the advantages of cup gliding as opposed to keeping the cup on is that you don't get that round, circly bruising that a lot of fighters, you see it on a lot of fighters' backs that they get. A lot of athletes do it. So if you are not a fan of bruises, cup gliding is probably the way to go for you. And that helps me with my arm as well. There are a few things that I make sure I do so that I minimize any risks for myself. The first one is that if there's any bruising already or any scars in my arm, I avoid cupping that area. Second thing is that if it becomes uncomfortable, I immediately detach it. So the three things I promised to tell you was the massage gun, the gua sha, and the cupping, and they helped my recovery greatly. There was just no question about it. They helped me massively. I do the massage gun once every couple of days, gua sha once every 3-4 days, cupping therapy once every 10 days to once every 2 weeks. These are the frequencies that I do, and it's been working for me. One more thing I also do is that at the end of every session, especially a session that has all the three gun, gua sha, and the cupping involved, I drink a lot of water, like a lot of water, just to make sure that I get rid of all of that broken scar tissue and all that nonsense that is accumulated there. So hopefully this video provided some information to you that were not in other videos. Again, like I said, the reason I made this video is because I was frustrated, man. I was looking at all the other videos and everybody's caption and thumbnail said that, oh, they had this magical thing. And when you go and look at it, it's just the same, oh, I can rise and stretch, which is, again, valid. Nothing wrong with that. It's an absolutely valid thing to do. For me, it wasn't enough. I wanted more. And hopefully this video provided that more thing to you. So take care of yourself. Keep jamming that guitar. Keep killing that guitar. Keep smoking that guitar, man. It's one of the best things ever invented in the world. And I absolutely hate it when something stops me from playing it. Stay healthy. Be well. Take care of yourself. And I'll catch you in the next.